She had been asked, politely enough, to please come to this summit with some concrete proposals, some new facts to get these negotiations back on track. All the indications are that she didn't, that Theresa May and her ministers are still no nearer squaring the circle of how to avoid a hard border in Ireland while keeping the Conservative Party together. Have you brought the concrete new proposals to this summit that the Europeans say they need?
We've solved most of the issues in withdrawal agreement. There is still the question of the Northern Irish backstop, but I believe everybody around the table wants to get a deal. By working intensively and closely, we can achieve that deal. I believe a deal is achievable, and now is the time to make it happen.
That sounded as if the answer to my question was no. And indeed, those who listened to her pre-dinner presentation came away with the same impression.
On the content, no news. But the body language was more positive than in the past.
But the other leaders who were studiously not negotiating with her this evening, just listening, did hear one thing that may have made progress more likely. London is prepared to consider a one-year extension to the transition period to give more time to strike the sort of deal that would make an Irish backstop unnecessary. That, of course, could be very unpopular on the Tory backbenches, but several leaders this afternoon made clear they do see this as a good way forward. Extending the transition, is that on? Would you agree to it?
If there is a transition, it's possible to find an agreement. I'm open for all possibilities that we have to find an agreement.
If it will help politically for political elite in London, yes, we will agree, I think.
The leaders will have seen this morning an article by three pro-Europeans from yesteryear, Tony Blair, Michael Heseltine and Nick Clegg, carried by 7 continental newspapers, asking our European partners to be ready to give us the space and time, if necessary, to make such a final decision. They mean, of course, time to think about whether we leave at all. But even to get an exit deal, Chief Negotiator Michel Barnier pointed out the thing they need is the thing there's not much of.
We need time, we need much time, much more time, and we will continue the work in the next weeks, calmly and patiently.
Theresa May left them to their dinner not knowing if they will agree to a special summit in November to sign off on a deal. That seems unlikely right now. Something is going to have to give if there's to be an agreement, and it's not clear which side is going to be able to give it.